Good Wednesday evening, May 15th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the news stories we have coming up for you tonight. Police in 2 counties are seeking a female suspect who allegedly stole thousands of dollars from 2 Cashmere Valley Bank branches. A man who fired gunshots at Chelan County deputies while fleeing a burglary 17 years ago must have his sentence re-examined by a local judge. Coming up in weather, look for gusty winds tomorrow with a wind advisory, windy Friday too, and much cooler temperatures this weekend. Your local forecast is straight ahead. The Wenatchee School Board voted unanimously to close Columbia Elementary School last night. After 90 days of reviewing enrollment projections, plans for potential closure, and budget items not recommended for cuts, board members ultimately decided to close the school. About 60 people filled the boardroom, some of whom were in support of closure, to hear the final decision. The Wenatchee School District first announced the potential closure on January 20th, a day after staff of the school were notified. The closure is one part of the district's plan to make up for a nearly $9 million budget shortfall, and the district says it will still need to make additional reductions of $3 million to $4 million for the 2025-26 school year. A masked man carrying what appeared to be a handgun robbed a Wenatchee Subway sandwich shop Monday night, and he's still at large. Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld says the suspect came into the Subway in the 900 block of North Mission Street about 6:55 p.m., brandished what employees said looked like a black semi-automatic pistol, and demanded cash. Workers there handed over an undisclosed amount of money, and the man left the store without being caught on security video. Police described the suspect as about 6 feet tall with medium to heavy build, wearing a face covering and a hooded sweatshirt. Reinfeld said such armed robberies are extremely unusual in the Wenatchee Valley, and it's rare for suspects in those few incidents to avoid capture. He says investigators are pursuing persons of interest in the case. Police in 2 counties are seeking a female suspect who allegedly stole thousands of dollars from 2 Cashmere Valley Bank branches. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office says the woman withdrew $12,300 from the bank's Cle Elum office on May 8th using a forged passport to access the bank account belonging to a legitimate customer. The woman then traveled to the Leavenworth branch of Cashmere Valley Bank and used the same method to steal an additional $10,800. She's described as 50 to 60 years of age with short graying hair and may be missing teeth or wearing dentures. If you have information about this suspect, call the Chelan County tip line at 509-667-6845. The Moses Lake School District will need to lay off over 100 teachers and staff members as the district responds to a $20 million budget shortfall. The Moses Lake School Board held 2 special meetings on Saturday to approve the layoffs, which will need to happen for the 2024-25 school year. The budget crisis comes after an $11 million tracking error in the district's inability to pass a levy during the last 2 special elections this year. On Tuesday, the board voted to replace Superintendent Monty Sabin on administrative leave effective immediately, though it's not immediately clear if the decision is related to the budget issues. The board instated Assistant Superintendent Carol Lewis as acting superintendent. When we come back, 3 security guard professionals at Confluence Health recently assisted in saving a man's life from an apparent overdose. And the Chelan County PUD says customers may soon be contacted regarding their level of satisfaction with the PUD services. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Headaches, neck or back pain? Been injured in a car accident, a work injury, or fall? Studies show that whiplash causes pain year after year. Your neck is supposed to be curved and acts like a spring to absorb shock, but when it's damaged, it straightens or reverses, and this causes headaches and pain. The solution is our specialized comprehensive combination care. You need our team of professionals who will address every point of your injury with very specific equipment and skill. Stop by Wenatchee or Leavenworth for a free consultation.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Welcome to the newest and funnest fashion boutique on Wooden, featuring mountain chic clothing and men's footwear from UGG, Brixton, Sorel, and Free People. Walk on into the Tiffany Blue Building on the second block of Wooden and check it out.
It is nearly impossible to describe what you'll find in Lush Life. It's an eclectic collection of items from around the world. See it for yourself at the corner of Wooden and Emerson.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Recently, 3 security guard professionals at Confluence Health assisted in saving a man's life from an apparent overdose. Security officer Giovanni Mendoza was monitoring the security cameras of various Confluence Health facilities late one evening when he noticed a man lying on the ground outside. Mendoza alerted security officer Supervisor Jesse Garcia Jr. and security guard officer Israel Huerta, who quickly went to check on the man. The officers found the man cold to the touch with labored breathing and quickly called for an ambulance before administering naloxone, a nasal spray used to reverse overdose symptoms. EMS took the man to the ICU and he was discharged a few days later. A man who fired gunshots at Chelan County deputies while fleeing a burglary 17 years ago must have his sentence re-examined by a local judge. Ian Harley-Davidson Perry is serving a 24-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to the 2007 assault. Perry was 21 years old when he fired a rifle at pursuing deputies from the passenger side of a fleeing SUV. Appellate Court Judge Robert Lawrence Berry ruled last month that a police statement signed by the defendant included a misleading interpretation of the law, which led Perry to believe he could not appeal his sentence. The appellate judge says a Chelan County court must now decide whether Perry was properly informed of his rights. He's scheduled for a hearing in Superior Court on May 30th. The Chelan PUD says customers may soon be contacted regarding their level of satisfaction with the PUD's services. Strategic research based out of Spokane will facilitate the survey and reach out to PUD customers via phone, text, and email. The PUD conducts this survey every 2 years to stay on top of performance assessment and customer interest. Questions will cover overall performance, reliability, communication, and community mission. The survey will conclude in early June. Coming up next, Travis Coleman disappeared from his Wenatchee home in April of 2023. In tonight's feature story, his mom Denise tells us more about her son. Windy weather expected over the next 2 days with a wind advisory for tomorrow. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
60 years ago, we opened up the first Abby's right here where I'm sitting.
All I wanted is people to show up.
We were trying to build pizza eaters is what we were trying to do, and it worked. We were very successful and we were very happy about it.
Every day is Taco Tuesday at Abby's. Our Taco Especial is on sale 7 days a week, loaded with beef or chicken, onions, olives, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, and lettuce. It's a pizza that you won't forget. Dine in or order online for takeout or delivery right to your door.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held each year on the third Saturday in June. Pick your thrill from 3 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, or the Lake Loop. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. EPA says Honda is the most fuel-efficient automaker in America. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the Incredifantabulous deals, so see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
In April 2023, Travis Coleman disappeared from his Wenatchee home into the foothills around the city. He was 39 years old and suffering from a mental health crisis. Multiple searches have failed to locate Travis, and he is now presumed dead. But his family wants to remember him and, if possible, to bring his remains home from the mountains. In tonight's feature story, his mother, Denise McBurney, is asking for public help to continue the search between Castle Rock and Wenatchee Heights. She's also asking everyone to attend a celebration this weekend to commemorate Travis. She told NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins more about her son.
Travis was a bundle of love. And then I had his two sisters, and he turned out to be such the protecting older brother. And I had a home daycare. He surrounded himself with the kids, and they really looked up to him. He was very hurt inside. He was very hurt, and he didn't know how to deal with that hurt very well. And so wherever he's at, I know that his hurt is better.
What kind of searches took place? Can you tell us a little bit about how people were looking for him?
Yes. At the beginning, we weren't able to get an official search, and so we had followers on Facebook and other social media that helped us. They went out on horseback, they went out in off-road vehicles around the Butler Ridge area where he disappeared the first time from work, and then in the hills above Wenatchee throughout. And so then Chelan County, on day 17, I believe, were able to launch a search around where we found the bags above Monitor, about 100 acres, I believe. I don't know the exact distance, but there was nothing found. A search was launched in the Castle Rock area in October, and that search included cadaver dogs, search and rescue volunteers from Chelan County, a helicopter. It was a pretty widespread search, and they searched from Castle Rock over to Horse Lake Road area, and nothing was found, nothing at all. And so then the snow came, and here we are.
What you're asking for, I think, and what the authorities would like to see happen is if somebody comes across belongings, strange tracks, something they can't explain, something that might relate to Travis, something they're familiar with from hearing about the search, they should call the authorities.
Yes. Yes, please call. And Detective Hewitt is taking direct emails and calls, and so if they don't want to go through 911, they can contact Detective Hewitt directly. He's been a rock star since he got assigned.
We're just past a year since Travis was lost, and on this upcoming Saturday, May 18th, your family's planning a celebration of life and hope at Awaken Church. That's at 12:30 p.m. Can you tell us what to expect at this celebration?
Yes, expect smiles, expect joy, expect love. This isn't, someone commented like, what, did they give up? Or Did the police give up? Oh, heck no, we did not give up. We are coming together to celebrate his life and to celebrate life and hope in general. But, you know, really look at Travis's life and just remember him. And I really believe in prayer. I believe in positive energy. I believe in bringing people together to support each other and that hugs heal. And so we're gonna have a bunch of food. We're gonna have some music, not live, but I tried for live, but I didn't get it this time, okay? And some beautiful pictures and slideshows.
How has this changed you? What have you taken away from this whole experience?
I have learned how deep my love is. I have learned how to transmute darkness into light, because Travis had me deal with my greatest fears, losing a child. It was and is probably every parent's great fear. But because my faith is so great, and I know that God has a bigger plan than I can even imagine. And so I just keep on keeping on, and somehow I have a lot of never give up in me, and I thank God for that too.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Wednesday. Boy, it was another breezy one out there. I don't think quite as breezy as yesterday, but still our camera shaking around plenty this afternoon. This is outside our weather window, our monitor Sky-Fi Tower camera, and you can see Cashmere back here in the screen, and kind of some high cloudiness out there today along with the windy conditions, but we did get fairly warm too. We'll get to that in a second. Let's get back to the wind, and we expect a lot of it tomorrow and once again on Friday. In fact, the Weather Service, National Weather Service, has issued a wind advisory now for tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. 35 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts possible in Wenatchee. That could even go up to 50 miles an hour tomorrow. Same goes for Moses Lake, up into Omak as well, and boy, Ellensburg, 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts during that wind advisory time tomorrow. So please be aware of that. High temperature today, as I mentioned, we got fairly warm out there. 83 our high, 72 is where we should be, so 11 degrees above our normal. Our record high, 91, and that was set back in 2012. We started off the day this morning at 57 degrees. 49 is where we should be for an overnight low, and our record cold, 38, and that was set in 1974. Sunrise this morning, 5:23, and it sets for us tonight at 8:32. All right, taking a look at those Thursday temperatures, a slight cool down from today, almost 80, 79 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 78 in Quincy. Wenatchee will cool down about 8 degrees tomorrow, 75 for our high, 75 in Eniat as well, and 74 the high temperature tomorrow in Cashmere. Taking a look at our surface loop now as we get to tonight, partly cloudy skies. This area of high pressure has been in place for about 6 days now, and along with that trough of low pressure to our east, that's what's kicking up the winds for us. Breezy tonight and mild, lows in the mid-50s. For Thursday, partly cloudy skies, and once again, the same scenario. High pressure to our west, low pressure to our east, and we are going to see some wind tomorrow, so hold on to your hats if you're outside. High-profile vehicles, be very careful traveling tomorrow afternoon. 75 our high tomorrow. For Friday, partly cloudy and windy. Going to see gusts around 35 miles an hour for Friday, and we are going to see a big cool down. Notice the airflow coming down from the northwest. That's going to cool us back into the mid-60s for your high temperatures on Friday. Saturday, once again, breezy conditions in north central Washington. Not as bad as Thursday and Friday. High temperatures to kick off our weekend. Cooler than we thought last night. tonight in the mid to upper 60s, and then some better weather as we get you into Sunday. Partly cloudy skies, much less wind. Still going to be just slightly below where we should be for highs into the upper 60s. On Monday, kicking off our next work week, things change once again. A very strong northwesterly flow comes into Washington, and that could kick off some scattered showers. About a 20% chance of rain Monday. High temperatures about normal at 70 degrees. Tuesday, pretty much the same scenario. Here's our area of low pressure just to the north of the state, and that's going to swing some showers around on Tuesday afternoon. Once again, a chance for rain. High temperatures about normal again at 70 degrees. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast now. 55 overnight tonight. Very windy couple of days, Thursday and into Friday. 75 your high tomorrow. 10-degree cool down on Friday to 65. A little breezy to kick off our weekend on Saturday at 67. And then not bad to end it on Sunday at 68. Slightly warmer for Monday and Tuesday, but back to a chance for rain showers. Haven't talked about that for a while. 20% chance of rain Monday and Tuesday with high temperatures right around 70 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's a great time to go into the medical profession. And this is the perfect place to start, because this is going to provide you that basic understanding in order to get into medical school, physical therapy school. So when you are ready to head on your career pathway, wherever it is, then you've already had some experience and say, oh, it's so cool. This is exactly what I want to do. So really, you're going to leave me with 13 college credits and a license with the state of Washington.
Happy Wednesday. One swing of the bat by Kansas City's Nelson Velasquez was the difference last night as the Royals' 4-2 win over the Mariners at T-Mobile Park. Velasquez's homer came with 2 on and 2 outs in the top of the 7th off Logan Gilbert, who'd been dealing up to that point. Seattle had an early lead, actually, thanks to the second home run from Luke Raley in back-to-back games.
There's Raley with 2 outs. He pelts this down the line in right field. Luke Raley has homered in back-to-back games. Mariners have the lead, and order has been restored. We have fixed the trident. A first pitch curveball to Raley that he knocked out.
Luke Raley was ready for it, hit it on the line down that right field line. We've seen him use that first pitch just to kind of get a strike on the hitter and get ahead, but Luke was ready for it.
Line, left field, and deep, and gone!
Well, there you go, Nelson Velasquez. That first pitch take makes all the difference. Gilbert has to come in the strike zone for him. Velasquez with a heck of a swing. Fastball inside, just brings those hands in and absolutely delivers the power shot that the Royals have been waiting for off of his bat.
Line, left center field on an 0-2 pitch. Renfroe scores, and the Royals lead 4-1 in the 8th inning.
Well, you can see those first 2 pitches. They haven't made too many mistakes to Michael Garcia. He's had to put a good swing on a good pitch, but this one right here, a little sweeper, trying to get him to chase 0-2 count, get it off the plate, doesn't get there, and a great job by Michael to drive it up the middle. Good balance, brings the hands in. Huge insurance run for the Royals here in the 8th.
Driven deep out to right field, opposite field ball, Mitch Haniger. You'll take a look at it, Mitch, on time. Pitch in the middle of the plate, driving it out the other way.
Well, you've seen him really stay in the middle of the field or the other way tonight.
3 for 3 night for him. Cuts the deficit to 2.
Instead of letting it finish down through the baseball.
Broken bat, and Bobby Wood Jr. backs up, and the Royals take game 2.
Manager Scott Service gave credit to both starting pitchers for making a defensive show when it came down to basically one swing of the bat that could make the difference, and that was definitely the case.
We're right in the middle of a pitcher's duel, and you get in that game, that type of game, and it's oftentimes it's going to come down to one at bat or a big pitch, and I can't say enough about the job that Logan did tonight. I thought he was fantastic. Certainly, you're hoping to get 7 complete innings out of him. Just wasn't the case tonight. They found a way to put some pressure on him late, and he made a mistake, and the 3-run homer was the big swing in the ball game. So, but the stuff, the command, the competitiveness, it's pretty much what we've seen all year from Logan. I knew tonight it was going to be a good one because he struggled last time out in Minnesota, and he always bounces back with a vengeance, and that's what he did tonight. So, again, it's the games like that. I thought Walker threw the ball very well against us as well, and really kept us off balance. A good mix of the fastball, the cutter. He's got an outstanding changeup. That's always been his pitch, but really going back and forth and mixing it well, keeping our guys off balance all night long. So it had the feeling one of those games you got to figure out maybe how to win it 1-0, 2-1, something like that, and then obviously the big swing by Velasquez there got us in the 7th, but. Not for lack of effort, anything like that. It just, there's some nights you got to find a way to get through it, and they got the big hit late.
The two teams wrapped up that 3-game set earlier today at T-Mobile Park. We'll have the highlights tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. The good news for the Mariners is that they didn't lose any ground in the AL West because Texas also lost. Rangers fell in their 5th straight game, by the way, falling to Cleveland 7-4. Houston edged Oakland in 10 innings 2-1. St. Louis beat the Angels 7-6. Seattle's lead in the division remains at 1.5 games over Texas and 4.5 over Oakland. Hey, just real quickly here, right about now, the Seahawks 2024 schedule is available. Go to Seahawks.com for more on that. If you want to find out who and where and when the Seahawks will play this season. It was not a good day for local teams in the first round of the state baseball tournament yesterday. Okanagan had its season come to an end in Spokane as the Bulldogs fell to Northwest Christian of Colbert 6-1 in the first round of the state 2B tournament. Liberty Bell also lost a heartbreaker in Wenatchee's Recreation Park yesterday to Asotin, 2-1 the final there. And Moses Lake Christian ran into a buzzsaw in the form of DeSales in the first round of the state 1B tournament. It fell to the Irish 24-3. Ouch. Wenatchee and East Block qualified for the District 6 4A tournament by winning play-in games yesterday. We're talking fast-pitch softball. Panthers beat Sunnyside 16-2, while the Wildcats beat Eisenhower 12-2. Wenatchee faces East Block in a loser-out game Saturday morning in Moses Lake at 11 a.m. The Mavericks take on West Valley at the same time for the District Championship. The winner of East Block and Wenatchee will face the loser of that matchup between Moses Lake and West Valley for a last chance to get to the state tournament. That is scheduled for 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Well, Othello is in the District 5-6 2A champions after a 12-5 win over Ephrata yesterday. East Valley advanced to face the Tigers Saturday with an 8-0 win over Sela. Ephrata and East Valley will play in Yakima Saturday at 11 a.m. for a last chance to get to the state 2A tournament. Well, continuing with our state trend here, Cashmere won its first 1A state boys soccer tournament game since 2010 last night with a first-round 6-1 win over Riverside. That sets the table for Friday as Cascade will face Clahoya at 4 o'clock in Wenatchee's Apple Bowl. Quincy plays Toppenish at Vashon Island at 5 p.m. Friday. Cashmere, meanwhile, will play Vashon Island on their own field. That'll be Friday night at 7 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
Hi, everybody. Dan Coons, host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Tomorrow, Thursday, is National Piercing Day. It's a holiday for people who either have some hole in their body that they weren't born with or are thinking about it. So tomorrow on this very program, I'm going to make television history. I'm going to have my tongue pierced right here, live on this show, right here. So tune in for a live tongue piercing. Maybe. I haven't made up my mind yet. And if I change my mind, we'll just throw together a show and see what happens. Start your day tomorrow morning, live and local, 7 a.m. right here from Studio 3.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.